Alright, so the immediate question you have on your mind coming to this video is Arena Breakout Infinite actually any good? Yeah, actually, weirdly, shockingly, yeah. Look, we were playing, and everyone is currently playing, an alpha or beta of the game, that does not have any microtransactions built into it currently. That being said, if you are currently playing in this closed alpha, beta test, whatever, they do give you a 2x2 box, and they give you a 3-part keyring. Now, everything that I have heard from mobile users of this game say that if you want any butt pocket, butt storage space, whatever, secure container for those Tarkov aficionados, if you want that on Arena Infinite Breakout, in the mobile version, you have to pay a monthly subscription. And the mobile users say the primary thing you keep in your secure container is ammo, because ammo, high-grade ammo, becomes one of the most precious things in the game. Supposedly, especially in the mobile version, the economy is tuned for everything to be very expensive to the player, strong, rare kits, harder to come by, and you end up using a lot of lower tier guns but with high tier armor for armor penetration to get higher tier guns off chunga chads that are, pay to win gamers in the mobile version, and you just strip them of their gear and then sell everything. You have to reorientate your brain about how the economy in this game works. Because if I tell you, oh yeah, I had a scav run and I came out with 200,000 ruples worth of goods, you would laugh, because that can be like one item, a GPU, right? In this game, 200,000 coin, which is the currency, is actually a fuckload of currency. That's like 2 million in Tarkov, which you could still do in a single run, but you'd probably be running labs and, you're pushing it, you're stuffing everything in, right? So that's kind of how you have to equate the economy here. It is a significant step. A full, like for instance, a fully kitted AK-74 in or M, I forget what I was running, was about 20,000 coin. And then armor and a helmet was maybe another tier 4 good, and maybe another 20,000. A good headphone was about 5,000. So a good kit is like 45 to 50,000 coin, and that's a good kit. That's not a budget run. That's a good kit. The more expensive kits can get up to 100 to 150,000. And some of the best things you can do in the economy are barter trades. So it seems right now like the economy is kind of skewed to be very expensive for the player, and that it is going to possibly encourage you to pay that monthly subscription fee for your secure container. However, we don't know how Arena Breakout Infinite is going to be monetized specifically on the PC version. See, the PC version is not just a copy of the mobile version, it is its entire own version. They've apparently been making this for the last 4 to 5 years. They're utilizing Unreal Engine 4.26. And they're utilizing a lot of the features it has. So they probably started development on this pretty shortly before Unreal Engine 5 came out or was popular, and they conceptualized it and used 4.26 as the new stable version, the most recent stable version of Unreal Engine to push. So they've been working on it for some time. Honestly, there are 2 big downsides to this game, and there's tons and tons of upsides. So let's go over the 2 big downsides in comparison to Tarkov, and then let's go over the upsides. So the downsides are the fact that it does not feel like Tarkov. Tarkov has better gunplay, it has better motion feeling. It has better guns feel, gun sway. Combat feel has more weightiness, feels more impactful. Arena Breakout Infinite feels very floaty. And to a degree, I don't think a game has to feel super impactful or weighty or whatnot. You can feel lightweight and moving and flexible, but your character should still have like a weight to things when they land. It's part of that animation, that sound, that slight delay of things. Other games that tend to do very, very good at making things feel very weighted, even though you can usually move very fast through some kind of mechanic abuse. Call of Duty. Now, I, trust me, have disliked the last, 3 Call of Duties that they made. They're all fucking terrible. I hate their rehashing Modern Warfare. Make something new. I'm looking forward to Gulf War. This is not about Call of Duty, but you cannot deny that Call of Duty's movement does feel very solid. It has animations to it. It has a weightiness. It has good sensation to it, right? And that is the kind of first-person shooter I would point at when I would say, hey, look, listen, this is how you can feel very good in a first-person shooter and still be light and floaty and have a lot of crazy movement. Arena Breakout doesn't do either one of those. It doesn't feel like Tarkov. It doesn't feel like Call of Duty. It just feels kind of meh in terms of the gunplay and in terms of the movement. Tarkov absolutely feels better. And the other negative is the fact that it will be monetized. We don't know to what extent it's going to be monetized, and so I think to say that I love this game is not a good thing. I think any content creator or anyone looking at this game from a consumer standpoint should be extremely hesitant, should not put all their chips in one bag, and should wait until the monetization comes out to determine whether or not they're going to play a lot of it or invest heavily into it. So those are the 2 bad things about this game. What are the good things? Number 1, the quality of life, the QOL. There are so many easy to do, easy to use things in this game that Tarkov just seemingly refuses to do. And when you play this game, you go, oh, right, that's right. This game gives a shit, seemingly, about its players' time and doesn't force me to do all this terrible stuff. Examples of this are the fact that I can turn quests in from multiple menus. I can go to the person I accepted the quest from and turn it in, or I can just turn the quest in from the quest menu. I can click it, open it, and be like, oh, turn these in, boom, 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 boom. I don't specifically have to go to the vendor, go to the task tab, and then go click this button, make sure I have that in my... It's all auto-functional, and it's very nice. Yeah. Matchmaking takes like 30 seconds to 2 minutes at the longest. It literally takes 2 minutes to just, get into a lobby, and then it takes, another 3 minutes to load everything in Tarkov. You know, Tarkov is minimum 2 to 3 minutes of matchmaking and load times, and can sometimes go 15, 20, 25, 30 minutes on particularly bad times. Arena Breakout Infinite doesn't have that issue. The longest you're going to wait is 2 to 3 minutes. Period. And so that lack of load time made me love Arena Infinite way more, because I was in and out like that. I was boom, boom, boom. Auto-equipping kit. They have an auto-equip kit button. Super nice. There's no hideout for you to invest things in, which some people may go, but on the other hand, it was actually really nice because in Tarkov, you have to build a workbench before you can use it to customize your guns. In Arena Breakout Infinite, it just lets you go into your gun menu and customize all your guns immediately. You can buy them instantly. And the market menu is not confusing at all. Tarkov's, when you play Arena Breakout Infinite and you see its flea market menu, you're like, wow, this is so incredibly simple and easy to use in comparison to Tarkov's, which even to veterans can sometimes be confusing in terms of why can't I search it's because there's this one predefined search etiquette thing that I had open up on the flea. Stuff like that is the reason why this game, in terms of QOL, quality of life, ease of use, is better. This feels like baby's first Tarkov, or a much less hardcore version of Tarkov. If you really, really like the hardcore version or the hardcoreness, the unreasonableness hardcore of Tarkov, you're still going to like Tarkov more than this. You just are. But this game reminds me a lot of Marauders, and I loved Marauders. Marauders never got enough attention in my opinion. If you want an extraction shooter with no microtransactions, a really fun economy, and a really cool concept and theme, go play Marauders on Steam. Please, that game is on life support, and if I could fund them all the money in the world, I could, because their game's so fucking cool. It's an extraction shooter that's not getting the attention it deserves, and this game reminds me a ton of it, which makes me feel like Arena Breakout Infinite is going to kill Marauders, and then end up being a more monetized version of it. I do like Arena Breakout Infinite, but I need to wait. Everyone should wait. The game definitely felt better when I hooked up a really solid M4 build, and was running with that. When you build really solid guns, the game does feel better, but it still lacks something, and it's just that weightiness, that meatiness, that recoil, those kinds of things. People say it's not as good looking or pretty as Tarkov, and I totally disagree. It's a different art style, and it looks unique, but I honestly think it looks better. So I'm not really sure what people are getting at when they say it doesn't look as good as Tarkov. I think it looks just as good as Tarkov. I think it's a different kind of art style. It's not as stylized or blown out. You look at Tarkov and you can go, oh, that's Tarkov. You don't look at Tarkov and go, oh, that could be real life. You see Tarkov and go, oh, that's Tarkov. You just know it's Tarkov because of its art style. And Unreal Engine does this usually pretty good. There are sometimes you look at this game and the light catches the scenery in a certain way and you go, oh, was that? It's very picture-esque for a moment. And you're like, oh, damn, that could have been a picture of like a hill with like a soldier standing on it, right? It has those moments. Tarkov never has those moments, okay? There's all this controversy, following Tarkov and the Unheard of edition, and there are people trying to defend it now that BSG went back on their word. But here's my thing. The only people that could kill Tarkov is BSG, and I think they did so with the Unheard of edition and Arena Breakout capitalizing on this mistake that they made. It's very intelligent of them, and I'm kind of glad that they did it. It's going to do two things. One, it's going to force BSG to straighten up their act and actually fucking fix their game, finish features, push stuff. Or they're going to die to games like BSG or to Arena Breakout Infinite. Regardless, I really enjoy the game. I think you should go play it. It's going to be free to play. So here's the thing. It's free to play. The only thing you're going to be losing is your time. And if you play Tarkov, man, are you used to losing a lot of your time? The other thing is that dying doesn't feel as punishing. Although it is just as punishing. For some reason, it doesn't feel just as punishing. But we're going to have to wait and see how receptive the developers are to community feedback for the PC version. We're going to have to wait and see how heavily it's monetized and in what way is it monetized. If those two things are good and they're willing to change them, because I'll tell you something right now. If anyone that develops Arena Breakout Infinite, if you want to monetize how our character looks, if you want to monetize skins, hair color, skin color, scars, eye color, hairstyles, clothing for us to wear underneath our gear, like underneath the bulletproof vests and underneath the helmets, right? You can monetize the fuck out of all that. Give us new art styles. Let us, sunglasses, because gas masks are in the game, right? So, we wear gas masks, then you can have sunglasses on underneath, or give me a rubber duck suit that's blindingly bright yellow that I can wear underneath. That makes me an easy to spot target, right? Stuff like that. Give us cool cosmetics, and I promise you, people will buy them. People will take care of you. People will be interested. But if you monetize this game in the wrong way, and you make it so that people have to invest in your microtransactions to play the game, no one's gonna care. This game will fall down into the rungs of having a small percentage of whales playing it, and those whales are going to eke anybody else that was mildly interested out in the game in the long run, and you're just gonna have those whales instead of a mass audience. Those are my thoughts. I'm going to leave you with the rest of this gameplay and also a discussion between myself and my friend Ben/Chickenbone. We talk about this game and how it feels at the time. So this is just giving you our thoughts at this time. And the front of this video is me prefacing it, saying that, you know, I've had time to think about it and kind of figure out where I'm at in total. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to hit the subscribe button and give it a thumbs up. And expect to see more Arena Breakout Infinite content here if it does well. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys later.
Oh yeah, that stamp album is, I didn't check, a rough unit price around 25,000.
It's not terrible.
Okay. That's rough unit price. On the market, it could be worth a lot more.
Hang on. It's around 24,000 on the market right now.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. Not bad for 4 spaces. Silver chain. $3,000. Oh, my mag went into my secure container for whatever reason.
Oh, there you go. Look at this graph. Oh yeah, I got some documents.
Okay, that's it for me. I will talk to y'all later.
Later.
Alright, see ya.
I'm probably just gonna like clean up some stuff or whatever. That's probably all I'm actually gonna play this game while it's in beta.
Yeah, I'm not planning on playing too much more either.
Cause I like it and I'm just like, cool.
I don't want to
Wait till
like
it comes
do so much then the game comes out.
Yeah, like I kind of actually
But
had that.
I enjoy it though.
It's yeah, absolutely. Like it is literally.
I would rather play this than Tarkov Wipe when I play Tarkov.
It is literally Tarkov with quality of life.
Yep.
And like I like hardcore games. Being hardcore
Tarkov gets silly though.
Yeah, and being hardcore is no excuse for quality of life. To have shit to your quality of life and be like, "Hey, we're hardcore." No, you're just a jackass that doesn't want to put features into his game that make it usable. Like
Yeah.
you can, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, that's Tarkov. Tarkov is a very shit game with a company that is extremely shit and getting worse.
Oh yeah, dude. I can't, dude. Nikita, fucking mind-boggling.
Yeah. Yeah, he's losing it.
Did you see
I
the
saw
whole?
the tweets.
Well, no, the tweets are funny. Did you see the interview he did with Pestily before, where he's like, "Is there a new version going to replace UD?" And he's like, "Yeah." "Is it going to be better than UD?" And he's like, "Oh yeah." And he like smiled, and it's like, what the fuck is wrong with you? What's wrong with you?
Yeah, and then the true believers. Dude, like they can't recover from that.
He's literally like a Russian nationalist, or he talks like one.
Yeah, they can't recover from what they've done. The game will never be the same.
No, it won't. And there's plenty of games. I mean, like, Gray Zone's not in a great spot right now,
But
But
it could be, given time. The only reason they came out as early as they did because they wanted to capitalize on Tarkov.
and yeah,
It's
exactly.
basically the same. Arena did the same thing. They wanted to capitalize on Tarkov, and honestly, Arena feels great to play.
Arena does
Um,
feel really good.
Like the thing that I could say is the hardest problems with Arena right now. Audio could be better, but it's still better than
Yes.
Tarkov.
Yes.
And I want them to limit what's on the market because right now you can buy too much in the market. Other than that, it feels fine
You can also
so far.
put everything on the market. I do actually think like making the market like level 10 because I'm level 8 right now.
Well,
You're 12.
I don't think making market level 10. I think what they need to do is limit certain items like tier 6 items. That's it. Like just a couple tier 6 items that like you should just only find in game or trade at a trader.
You can, well, I do see you can only list 12 items
Yeah.
and then you can only
You can
list
only list a
500
certain
a
amount.
week.
Yeah, which is an interesting. I think that's a way to combat RMT because all like RMT hackers are selling like 300 things a day.
Yeah. And for me, it's like, could I sell 500 things a week? Sure, but I think I'm making probably a killing at that point if I am.
Well, and the thing they're doing is like
In the game.
economies. Everything is very expensive, but you don't get a lot for what you're selling. So the
Yeah.
economy is like actually kind of stable because if you were to die, if you were to get a good loadout and die, you're down half of your money.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then the other important thing is all the good loot is on like the forbidden zone. That's where all the good loot spawns. In order to go into, you can't hatchetling into a forbidden zone, by the way. You need to have like 80k worth of loot, of like equipment on your body.
That's pretty fucking dope. This M4, while I didn't like the scope that I chose, it changed my mind about how, cause like the AK with like nothing on it doesn't feel that great. This M4, like,
Yeah.
it feels good. The only thing that's really weird right now is I guess because I'm not high enough level, I have to have a laser light or a laser and a flashlight separate.
Yeah. One thing I do want to see is more weapons.
Yes.
I think there should be some more weapons. I mean, they can take time with that. This game is still beta. They'll probably add more weapons pretty quickly.
And they've got a
They've
got a decent amount to start with though. I like seeing the AC.
They got some
the
AK.
Ace.
They got some. Yeah, they got some AKs. They got some. They got an M4. They got the FAL. They've got the M2000 or the FS2000 or whatever it's called. They got the AEK. They got
the Type
Ace.
95.
Yeah, they got the Type 95. They've got a bunch of SMGs. They've got a couple random ones that are like really low grade one but easy to get. They got several versions of shotguns. They've got I think 3 sniper rifles, 2 marksman rifles. I think, and then they've got like 1 or 2 LMGs. I think and a bunch of pistols. So I think they're doing okay.
I want more shotguns because currently none of these shotguns felt viable.
Well, there's the Saiga, there's the M870. I think there's 1 or 2 other ones, and there's like the super shotgun that's like a breech load shotgun. So.
Oh yeah. They do have they have a Deagle, which
Yeah, they've got the Deagle and the Golden Deagle.
I really hope that the Deagle is like really like.
It shoots 44.
I hope you can do like a budget Deagle run, and just like yeah, a Deagle's like 5k. So like, and then let's see what you can put on it. That's 9k. Does it have?
That's kind of expensive. You're thinking in Tarkov money. You got to think in Arena money.
10 grand.
That's pretty expensive.
Turns out to be 14,000.
You could make a pretty good AK for that.
14 grand? You could make a good AK?
You could make a decent AK for 14 grand.
Eh?
Arena money and Tarkov money is very different.
I don't. Here, let me go. I'm gonna go look at an AK real fast. What do you want? Like an AK-74?
Anything is fine.
Let's do an AK-74. This is a cheap starter. That's 2,000. Actually, yeah, you're right. That is 2,900.
Yeah, but I mean, 44. I don't know if I need to check. I've got some ammo, but 44 may have like a lot of pen and damage. So if it does, it would be worth it.
Especially if you can just like rip fools' heads off.
Yeah. The good thing I've seen though is like for the most part, like big streamers actually like the game, so the game should have a community for a while too.
Yeah,
You know
that is
who,
the big.
You know who Landmark is, right?
Of course I know who Landmark. I know
Landmark
Tony.
Yeah, Landmark actually likes the game.
Good.
And he's not played Tarkov for like since the whole thing started happening. He hasn't played Tarkov.
Good. Shit,
You
you're
know
right.
how funny it is that Tarkov's biggest streamer hasn't touched the game?
I think they're like 2 biggest streamers, maybe even 3. What's Pestle been
Almost
doing?
all of their biggest streamers have. I don't know. I don't know what Pestley's been doing. I know he
okay.
was on vacation, but I don't know what happened after that.
So you can assemble a pretty nice AK for 19.
Yeah.
But I could like get rid of the suppressor and get a cheaper grip.
I mean, that's making a good AK for 19.
And then yeah, that's 10. So 9 grand more. I get yeah.
I think the deal is more of a flex.
I want to flex on people.
I mean, the good thing is on this game, because like there's like no like desync and hit registration is really bad. You can do that, unlike in Tarkov.
Wait, are you saying because hit registration is really bad, or there's less hit registration issues?
Because the hit registration is better. Yeah, less
Got
hit,
you.
less hit registration issues.
I got you. Yeah, that's the
It
other
feels-
thing is like. So here's the
netcode
thing.
is good.
Their netcode's good because it's baked into Unreal 5. Which I think is, let me see if Arena Blackout. Let me make sure I am correct before I just start. Does Arena Blackout use Breakout, not Blackout? Breakout use UE5. Arena Breakout is a next-gen immersive tactical access powered by Unreal Engine 4.26. Okay, so that actually says 2 things to me. Number 1, Unreal Engine 5 is like 2 years old. So they've been developing this game for probably like 3 or 4 years.
Yeah.
Like a PC port of it. Which is to say...
Considering what they have, that's really good.
Yeah.
Because I mean, that's 2 maps. We haven't seen all of the quests yet. I know things I think change slightly when you do the different game modes, and there's 2 or 3 other maps, and I think they're planning on making more, and there's something about factions coming in.
So, and factions would be dope. More maps, more quests, and I mean, how many? Let's go look at. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 vendors that we know of now. 2 unknowns, which they say stay tuned. That could be a beta log thing. It could be future content. And then they have 2 open slots for not channel link. But the way this is made, they could also just extend this really easily. But to start with, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. I literally just counted 7 vendors, which I think is the same as Tarkov, right?
Same or more, yeah.
Because you have Crapper, Therapist, Skier, Ragman, Jaeger, Mechanic.
And then you've got
Vince.
Boy on. Yeah, I mean that's really good. They're doing great.
Yeah, they're fine. I think, and honestly,
and the thing about comparing this to Tarkov is Tarkov has already been out for 8 years.
when you know what else? Oh yeah, that is a huge problem. You know what else?
Like
The fucking the gunsmith is just baked into the goddamn game. I'm gonna go build the gun. Here you go. Build. It's done. Here's your gun. Like, you don't have to fucking, like, Tarkov's is so, you got, upgrade your workbench in your hideout. Like, the hideout's cool, but it becomes kind of fucking useless and annoying at some point.
Like, I like it, but I hate it at the same time, because it feels like I'm just having to force myself to play in a certain way to upgrade my hideout.
Yeah. Yeah, because if you upgrade your hideout,
which I think is why Tony likes this game more, because he doesn't have to worry about his hideout. He just plays the game.
Yeah. Well, and they also...
It's a good feeling.
I'm gonna be honest with you. If this game is free to play, as long that is the big question: is how are microtransactions gonna be long term? I know they say they're only doing certain things, but we really gotta wait until the game comes out to see what they're doing, right?
Yeah.
And if those are good, then like, you know, shit, dude, fuck Tarkov. If they keep it so like,
because like we said earlier, as long as the monetization is secure containers, which we can live without, and like cosmetics, I can live without that.
if they let
That's
me,
fine.
if they let me buy a secure container, like a small one, like a 2x2 for like
They might let you do that. Yeah,
$30,
we'll see.
I'll pay $30. And if they let me buy like a 3x3, like if they let me buy what I have right now for like $30, like 30 for that, 20, 15, 20 for that, I'll pay that. And then like if you want a full secure container, it's like $10, $15 a month for like a full like 3x3 or 4x4.
Well, and the thing they might do is they might do like season passes where you just get random bullshit, but the secure container might come with the season pass.
And that's okay too. That's actually really fine. Let me see.
We'll see.
Speaking of-
Hopefully it's not too egregious. I really hope it's like nothing egregious because so far I like the game.
Yeah, cause see, like they've got this stuff here.
Yeah, and it's like the only reason the menu is laggy is because there's massive ping for some reason.
Yeah, so like there's this recruit pass.
Yeah.
And like it just gives money, which is fine.
I mean, what they
Ammos,
might do is they
helmet.
might have a free one, which is the one that gives like the majority of stuff, and then like a premium one that gives like maybe like an extra helmet or something every few levels. Which, if it does that, I wouldn't care, because it's easy to get loot in this game. I've not had any problems.
Well, and also like if you gave a new player in Tarkov 10 million rubles, they're level
They
1.
wouldn't even know what to do with it.
What are they gonna use it for? Well, I mean,
Exactly.
They can,
Like, what
they
are
can
they- what
go
are
buy
they
AKs off Prapper 20 fucking times. That's what they could
Yeah,
do.
like cool.
You know,